Yo, what's good, y'all? I would like to welcome y'all back to episode 57 of the Von Talks podcast. Today on which I'm recording this podcast is March 20th, 2026. And first, I would like to say shout out to my current, past, and new listeners. Y'all already know I highly appreciate you. And shout out to everybody listening to this podcast on their favorite platforms. Before we get into the show, make sure you follow me on all of my socials. I'm not about to name them all off, but y'all can find them down below in the description box. I highly appreciate you, man. You can find me anywhere because I am literally everywhere. You feel me? So let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all already know how I like to start off. Let's talk about this gaming. First of all, I just want to say, as a gamer, we are in a great space. We are in a great space for gaming. I mean, all of the bangers that's been dropping since 2023 alone. Oh my God, bro. Like, we have countless games. Like, we're definitely spoiled. And we're getting great games, not just from the AAA studios, but indie games and AA studios as well. You understand what I'm saying? We have so many bangers. I mean, just this year alone, Capcom seemed like they're gonna be carrying this year. They gave us Resident Evil Requiem, and they said they're gonna give us an expansion DLC. I don't know when that's gonna drop, but they're saying more news on that real soon. And then we're gonna get Onimusha this year, and I believe we're getting something else from Capcom as well. Oh, Pragmata. We're getting Pragmata, and guess what? Pragmata is releasing a week earlier than its initial release. So they confident within that game, and I played the demo, and I was thoroughly impressed. And I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta get this shit. This is gonna be a day one cop. Pragmata looks good, man. I would not be surprised if Capcom ends up with 2 Game of the Year nominees, which could be Pragmata and Onimusha, or Resident Evil Requiem and Pragmata, or Resident Evil Requiem and Onimusha, or Onimusha. And I think I said this already in Pragmata. Like, I would not be surprised if they get 2 of those. Listen, it's gonna be a tough battle this year because so many great games that came out alone this year. But man, I wouldn't be surprised. So remember when you heard it here first. If you see Capcom with 2 Game of the Year nominees, just know I said that shit. And then speaking of games releasing earlier than their initial release, we got the Lego Batman game. That is releasing a week earlier as well, and that's a day one cop. I love the Lego games. They're so fun. They're not just for children. Just so you know, you can have it's multiplayer as well. I don't know if it's going to be online co-op, but for sure couch co-op. And you know, you could play with your significant other, your spouse. You understand, your brother, your sister, girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever it is. Normally, Lego games are co-op, and you can play with somebody else right alongside you. Now, if they make this shit online co-op, or they're gonna take it from here to here. The game already looks good. I already said it's gonna be a day one cop, but if they add that online co-op, it's gonna go from here to here for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if that game gets nominated for Game of the Year as well. Like I said, it's gonna be a tough battle this year. And then we got 007 First Light. I'm looking to get that game for free, but if I have to buy it, so be it. That game looks like it's gonna be a day one cop, and that's dropping in May as well. So many bangers, bruh. So many bangers. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I said, between now and May, I really gotta see where I can spare some good change, man, because I can't buy all of these games. Not just because of the money aspect, but also because of the time. I make a lot of content. I have a significant other. I have 2 puppies. You know, I also got to take time for myself, do what makes me happy. I got to read, I got to study. I got to make sure that I'm on top of investments and all types of shit. So I'm not saying I'm pulled and tugged in a lot of different areas, but a lot of myself is in a lot of different areas, and I gotta make sure I make time for a lot of this shit, man. I gotta make sure I talk about these games in full, make reviews for these shits, because I'm trying to get in these spaces where I can go up to these studios and get early access or early hands on to these video games. You understand what I'm saying? Get my review about it, and get some free merch, get the game for free. I talk about this shit with as much honesty as I can and as much passion, because this is what I see myself doing. You understand what I'm saying? Along with other ventures, having a homestead, growing food. You understand what I'm saying? Making sure, and I know I can do all of this shit It's all about how I manage my time, and I've been definitely managing my time a lot better. But we get into that in a few, man. But just know these games that's dropping between now and May alone. We ain't even talking about for the holiday season, fall coming holiday season. We already know it's about to be a shit ton of games dropping in. We not even mentioning those just between now and May. Shit, since February all the way up to May, bro. And then we got Monster Hunter Stories that just dropped. I've been playing the demo. I'm gonna continue to play through it, but I've been enjoying that game. I've been enjoying the demo. I'm like, damn, I might end up copying that as well. And that's something that I play on the side. I need to get a Steam Deck. I get a Steam Deck. I'm in there like swimwear. I would probably be able to play more games while I'm not at my desk or something. You understand what I'm saying? Especially a game like Monster Hunter Stories 3. It's a turn-based joint. And I'm starting to fuck with more turn-based games, especially after Expedition 33. Even though I would like more combat like Expedition 33, but because of that, I am fucking with more turn-based games. Never was really a turn-based player, especially growing up playing video games, but as I'm getting older, I guess because it's a little more slower, and I like to read, so I get to read a lot and learn and get over the learning curve that's there. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm enjoying more turn-based games and shit like that, and pulling off a lot of different combos and putting different elements together and see how that shit work, and building teams and all that shit, man. So I've really been enjoying turn-based games, you feel me? But it's just been so much, man. So much. The summer is gonna be stacked. Another game that I've been looking out for is Mouse Private Investigator for Hire. I believe that's dropping in April or May. I believe in April. So we got Pragmata dropping in April. We got Mouse PI for Hire dropping in April. Then we have 007 First Light dropping in May, and the Lego Batman game dropping in May. And I want all of these games. And right now I'm currently playing Resident Evil Requiem and Neo 3. So I'm flip-flopping between both games. I'm trying to get both of them done. I want to get done with Neo 3 this month. I want to get done with Neo 3 this month so that way I don't take it into April, so that way I can have time to make content for it and be ready for Pragmata. Gotta be ready for Pragmata. And then right before I get into Pragmata, I should be wrapping it up. I should be wrapping up Resident Evil Requiem, and I have full focus on Pragmata and Mouse PI for Hire, and I can get through that as well. And maybe another indie game on the side. If not another indie game on the side, because I do want to try this game called Slay the Spire 2. I just leave that joint open for multiplayer games that I play with my homies, like Deadlock or Marvel Rivals, some shit like that. You feel me? So yeah, I've been playing those games. I've definitely been enjoying them. Oh, it's this other demo too. I was gonna talk about the DLSS 5 shit from Nvidia. Just a quick tidbit on that. This shit sucks. It doesn't look good. It looks like they posting an AI filter over these video games. Like they done it for Capcom, Resident Evil Requiem. It looks like they changing the complete art style. Look like they adding a beauty filter over these characters. The shit just don't look good. And then they also did it for Starfield. It's like, oh, this is cool, but at the same, like, for Starfield, it looks a little better, but at the same time, I feel like it's completely changing the art style, and that's not what the game was intended to be. Like, every game doesn't need that realism feature. Like, however the game looks, that's what it needs to look like. I don't get what Nvidia trying to do. And then the CEO of Nvidia, his last name is Wang. What's his name? Jensen Wang, I believe. Let me go and look it up right now, bro, just so I can get it right. CEO of Nvidia. What is his name? Yeah, Jensen Wang. So he basically came out and said that everybody was wrong, because people saw this shit and they was not feeling it at all. And he came out and said, oh, the people are wrong. They don't understand it. And it's like, bruh, this is a product you came out with that people ain't fucking with. Take it back to the drawing board, man. It's really not that, it's not that hard. You can make it as simple as you need to. If y'all heard that, my dogs over there play fighting right now, they going crazy. But anyways, yeah, man. So that's basically all I wanted to hit on as far as that. The DLSS 5 feature is not it, bro. That shit ain't it. I ain't gonna hold you. But anyways, going back, Want to focus strictly on Pragmata by time it's ready to release. Like I said, that's a day one cop for me, man. And again, I've been really enjoying Deadlock and playing Marvel Rivals. I want to get better. I want to learn a few characters because, again, I'm just trying to make time, bro, for me to touch grass and, you know, get into my other hobbies. You know, my cheap hobbies, a free hobby. You know, I guess something like a more expensive hobby. I guess not nothing expensive, but maybe I can, you know, I share my money out towards a little bit because working out, that's a hobby for me. Reading. Even though I do read for education, that's also a hobby for me. Let me see, what else is more of a hobby for me? Learning a new language, Espanol. I'm on day 71 would be today. I'm on 72. Today will be day 72. So, that's a hobby of mine. I've been doing that every single day. Then I want to, and gaming is still a hobby of mine. I also want to add, I say working out because every day I don't have to push weights and do push-ups. I can hike and go for walks and shit like that. So that's also hobbies of mine. But most of my time I'm working out. I'm doing push-ups. I'm hitting that shit. You feel me? Jumping jacks, all that shit. I'm going crazy. Listening to music, that's also another hobby. So, low effort hobbies I'm working on. And then, my high effort hobbies, I would say medium effort would be like reading. High effort is working out, that type of shit. You feel me? Oh, and I want to get into more. Hold on. I had to clear my throat. I ain't want to be in your ear with all that shit. But I want to get into baking. I want to get into baking more, make that one of my hobbies as well. I might start with something easy like baking bread or something, but I definitely want to start baking a little bit more, making more edibles and shit like that. I want to get into that as well. Like I said, I'm really just managing my time on how I'm going to do this shit because I'm about to own property, real estate really fucking soon. So, I got to manage my time for that. Make sure I keep my studies up on that, keep it with the market, deal with the tenants and, everything that comes with that. So I'm just basically just managing my time for it. So yeah, man, it's a lot, but I can do it. I can do everything I put my mind to. Anything that I have an idea for, I can do this shit for sure. So I've been enjoying gaming a whole lot. Like I said, between now and May, I got a lot of games on my plate. I got to stream these games. Like I said, Pragmata and Mouse PR for Hire. That's what I'm gonna be playing in May because I should be wrapping up Neo 3 by the end of this month and wrapping up Resident Evil Requiem before Pragmata drop. And then we got May. Hopefully Pragmata isn't too long so that I can wrap that up before 007 First Light drop. And I should be done with Mouse PR for Hire because I know that's not going to be a long game at all. And I can get into that Lego Batman. And then I think sometime in the summer, we didn't get an official release date for Onimusha, I don't think, right? But I think sometime in the summer, I believe Onimusha is going to be dropping. And then we got the fall. We got Fable dropping, Grand Theft Auto 6, Wolverine, and a few more things, bro, and a few more things that we have dropping this year. So this year's stacked, bro. This year's fucking stacked. Whew. This year is stacked. So let's go ahead and move on, man. Movies. Y'all might be surprised, but I did watch the 40-year-old version for the first time with my girl. That was a funny movie. It was a funny movie. I'm not gonna lie. I did enjoy it. Steve Carell, he is funny as hell. I'm a big fan of The Office, so seeing him in that movie and, acting out and going crazy, I'm like, okay, this is pretty funny. Decent as hell, man. Watched it for the first time. I'm definitely trying to get into watching movies, more movies that I've never seen before, and it's a lot. I didn't really grow up watching a whole lot of movies. I grew up watching the shit ton of cartoons. I was always in between Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. That was my thing. And then every now and then I'd be on WB so I can go watch Yu-Gi-Oh or some shit. And then and a couple other things, you feel me? And heavy in Adult Swim. Even though I wasn't supposed to. Heavy in Adult Swim. You understand what I'm saying? So I definitely want to try to take my time to watch more movies that I've never seen before, especially a lot of older movies. First of all, just to give me a different perspective on things and to open my mind up on to how things probably used to be during film and compare it to how they are now. Just help my mind think. You know, I like to watch a lot of things that get my mind going. I like to watch a lot of things to help me think on upon a lot of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Thoughts that I probably never even would have thunk if I never seen this movie or this said set piece. You feel me? So that's definitely what I'm trying to do, man. For sure. Let me see. I think I have a shit ton of movies that are that I have on a list. I use Notion to keep track of all the movies that I haven't seen before. So I'm pretty sure it's over 100. I'm pretty sure it's over 100 on the list. And I know it's going to be a shit ton of more movies that I need to get up on. A big thing that me and my girl been doing, we've been trying to watch a lot of cult classics, especially ones that we've never seen before. And you'd be like, damn, okay, I can see why this is a cult classic. Now, we did watch a couple that was like, boy, this shit was boring. I don't even see why people really hyped about this for real. But definitely been enjoying my time with that shit. I think the one that I like the most so far out of all the cult classics that I've seen is not The Living Dead. What's that shit called? Is it called The Living Dead? Keith David is in it. I believe I spoke about this movie before. Let me see. I think it's The Living Dead. Damn, I can't remember what the name of the movie was. But basically it mirrors on what's going on today. Like, basically what's going on in society is a facade, and they're trying to paint it to where everything is all right, and you know it's all good and dandy. People living their lives, they going to work, they going home to their families, they eating good food, this, that, and the third. But the main character, he found these shades, and when he put these shades on, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. I just can't remember the name of the movie. But when he put these shades on, everything, the facade is basically he can see through the facade, basically. You understand what I'm saying? And he see everything for what it is on the billboards. It's like they saying some crazy shit on the billboards, like, oh, we control you, or I forgot exactly everything that was being said on the billboard, bro. But that is mirroring 2025, and they talked about billionaires, and they actually referenced. Oh, well, we in 2026 now, but that movie actually referenced 2025, and it was about the billionaires basically controlling everything, and that is exactly what's going on today. And sometimes I watch these movies, and I've been thinking like, damn, the ones before us, when they seen these movies, did they just look at it like, oh, it's just another movie, it's just a picture, none of this shit is gonna happen, this ain't real? Like, was the facade portrayed on these people so hard to where they felt like they couldn't really make a change, or they couldn't see the change? You understand what I'm saying? Or did people really just ignore it? Or did they see the truth and they seen where the future was going? They just decided to ignore it. You understand? Because I feel like a lot of these movies, well, it's not even that I feel like, we know a lot of these movies, they're not just putting that shit in movies to just be conspiratorial. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a message within all of these movies. You know what I mean? They really peel back the curtain. They remove the veil on what's going on out here in society. Now you can take it but they speak it into and they speak it into a metaphorical sense. You feel me? But it applies to reality. Just like The Matrix, for example. That's one of my favorite movies, just because I took a philosophy class when I was in high school, and I love philosophy. That's another one of my things too. Another one of my hobbies that I want to get into. Study philosophy a lot more, and become fluent in philosophy as well. But anyways, the movie was basically we looked at the movie in a philosophical sense. Like, for example, the guy with the glasses, was his name Mr. Anderson, or was he calling Neo Mr. Anderson? But the fucking enemy, bruh, forgot his name. I remember he mentioned and said humans are a cancer to the earth. And right then and there, something clicked in my brain like, damn, that is so true. Because if humans were not here, think of what this earth will look like. I mean, we can, shit. The most recent example is back in 2020, what happened then, that whole fiasco. When people had to go back in that, when people had to go in the house and stay in the house for weeks upon months, animals started coming back. We started seeing shit coming back that we never seen before. You understand what I'm saying? Shit was, the animals was flourishing. Shit started looking greener. Grass and flowers was growing back. All types of shit. Like, things seemed like the earth was healing. Because what humans like to do is extract and pull and take and never give anything back. You understand what I'm saying? We are here to take from the earth and cycle it right back to the earth. You understand what I'm saying? Not just take and keep for self. You feel me? You know, this reminds me, and this is why I love this. You see what I'm saying? How I'm talking right now? This is why I love watching these types of movies. I remember, this is a tangent, but I remember we was watching these movies. We was watching this movie for Tubi Tuesday called Limitless. Shout out to Tubi Tuesday. If you're watching the podcast, if you know, Tubi Tuesday is lit, man. Something that we do with the community all the time. But we were watching the movie called Limitless. I'd never seen it before. And throughout the movie, basically, dude came upon this drug that is like a souped up Adderall, as people like to describe it. And he basically was on 10. He was on point with everything with his life. You understand what I'm saying? Mans knew a couple languages. He was striking deals. He was a trader, and he was doing real big for the company, but not just the company, himself. He got the girl that he wanted. He was impressing her because, you know, he was a better version of himself. You understand what I'm saying? But the side effect of the drug, once he didn't have it, he came crashing down like he just came down on a shit ton of sugar. You understand what I'm saying? He came crashing down and he became even more mediocre than what he was prior to taking that drug. You feel me? So that every time he took the drug and he became back his normal self, he became a worse version of himself. So as time moves on, you know, he gets to a point where he runs out of the drug, or he thought he needed it. He got caught up, and people and motherfuckers knew that he was taking this drug. And at the end of the movie, motherfuckers thought that they can play in his face. And dude was like, oh, you not on this drug no more, this, that, and the third. You go out there, bam, ha, 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 ha. Whole time, dude did a complete 180. He realized he didn't even need the drug no more. He realized he didn't even need the drug, because only thing that drug did for him was help him discover who he really could be. And he didn't even need that shit. He can do everything that he needed to do on his own. And that's what that movie showed me. I remember we were watching the movie too. What stood out to me during that, and this is why I love watching movies like this, because ever since, I've always looked at things on a more deeper level, but ever since that philosophy class, it definitely made me want to look at things not just surface level, because nothing, when we look at anything, it's never just surface level. Even with like the computer screens that we stare at all day. Within the computer screens, there's intricacies behind that, whether you understand it or not. So, me looking at that movie, and I was watching it with the homies in the community, and one of the homies was like, so basically all I got from this movie is you can be what we say, basically what all I got from the movie was that he wanted to be a wannabe crypto bro or a wannabe trader bro or something like that, right? And I was about to say something, but for whatever reason, something stopped me. Something stopped me from even engaging in that. You know, I just laughed it off a little bit. But what I took from the movie was, it's you. It's not no pill. It's not no magic pill. It's not no drug. It's not none of that shit. We talking about movies, and this is what it turned into. This the fuck. It's not about needing something outside of yourself to be great. You already have greatness within you. What do you have to do to tap into that greatness? That's all that movie basically was. And that's how I took it. And that's basically what it was telling people. That nigga in that movie, the main protagonist, he didn't need that drug to know all these languages and to be great. He was an average guy that didn't know his full potential. And once that full potential got unlocked, he was a force to be reckoned with. Nothing could stop him. Nothing can get in his way. That's all that showed me. That's what that movie was basically telling. And I hope, even though we didn't talk about it, but for the ones that I watched that movie with, I hope that clicked with others as well, because that's real life shit. You don't need anything external to tell you that you're great. You are already great. It's up to you to figure out how you can tap into that full potential. That freeze of 100%, how you gonna tap into that? And everybody has their own way of tapping into that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So we started off with talking about the 40-year-old version, but ended up talking about Limitless and what the movie meant to me. And if anybody else have not seen that movie, go watch that movie, because it might open your eyes to something. And if you already seen it, how did you take that movie at first, on first watch? Because my first time watching it, that's how I took it. The movie was good. The movie was actually a really good movie. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, it was more than just a guy, an average Joe taking a pill. Now he feel like a superhuman and he's doing all of these things at once, like learning all. It was more than just that. It's realizing that, damn, I don't need this to go into this. I don't need this to be a better person. I'm already a better person. That frequency is already upon us. That frequency is already here. How can I self-tune to get on that frequency so that way I can live and move on that path? You understand what I'm saying? So just go watch that movie Limitless. That's a really good movie. Highly recommend it. You are already great. That's basically what that's the whole message of the movie. You are already great. But if you want to get your own perspective, go watch the movie. It's really good. I love the perspective. I love the ending. And how it all came together and how it imploded in the antagonist's face. Because he thought one thing, not minding his business whole time. Dude he kicked rocks on that shit and was like, boy, I don't need this shit. Fuck. I realized this is what I can be. And this is what I'm going to do to be there, to get there, to stay here, and to improve from there. Man, go watch that movie, man. Really good movie. I'm glad I watched that. And I'm glad I watched it with other people to hear different perspectives that wasn't my own. To know that I was possibly the only one thinking in this manner. And further giving me confirmation that everything I touch can be turned to gold. Everything I do and within my own right is gonna be great. I know that I'm better than average. I know that I can put together, and there's nothing wrong being average, but I know in certain aspects of my life, I know where it's gonna be either average or fucking greatness. And I'm exploring different things, and I know where I just, every time I wake up, I open my eyes, I think to myself, damn, this day started and it's already great. This day is great because of me. This day is great because of what I did yesterday. I'm starting off on a great note. You understand what I'm saying? Even if I'm not having the best of days, I'm the greatest I can be that day. And guess what? That's gonna go into the next day, and I'm gonna be in high spirits, and I'm gonna make sure that everything that I put myself into is gonna fucking be amazing. Like, listen, I know that I'm the greatest. You understand what I'm saying? Not to be on no ego shit or to say that I'm the greatest in my own paradigm. You understand what I'm saying? Like the shit that I'm doing, my family, nobody I know is on the path that I'm on. With everything that I'm doing, nobody I know is on the path that I'm on. They might be on the path to wealth, but they might be on a destination to wealth. But they're not taking the same path that I'm taking. And what I'm willing to do to get there. You feel me? But let's go ahead and transition, man. Let's go ahead and get into comics and books. So I ain't been reading no comics. I haven't read any comics recently, which I don't know if I'm testing something right now. I don't know if this is gonna be good, but I did just get a new book. It's Real Estate Investing by The Modern Investor. Look up The Modern Investor on YouTube, and he also goes by Money Rules on YouTube as well. But he just dropped a book. He's an investor. He invests in real estate, and he says that he has a lot of properties now, and he's been doing it for quite a while. So I just started reading that book. The same day I got it, I started reading it. I took about 45 minutes to an hour, I think. Well, I was supposed to read it for 30 minutes, but it went longer than 30 minutes. I think I took about 45 to 50 minutes of reading that book, and I was hooked. I was like, oh yeah, I need to go ahead and finish this motherfucker, man, because I can already tell there's a lot of information in here that I'm going to need. And it's funny that this book, and it's funny because when he announced the book, I've been studying and doing research on how to get into real estate and how to use the VA loan, and you know what I'm saying, house hacking, and I'm looking up tax codes, and I'm looking up what the numbers should be looking like for profit, and then turning those profits into more assets, into more real estate, just building my portfolio and shit. And he dropped that book, and it seemed like the universe was like, here nigga, go ahead and take that. This is what you need. You already took the first step. Now go ahead. This the second one right here. I already talked to a lender already. I will be hitting him up once I'm done reading this book. I'm gonna touch base with him every now and then. But once I'm done reading that book, I'm gonna hop right into it. For the first 90 days of reading that motherfucker, I should be having my first property, or saved up enough so that way I can have reserves for my first property. But I'm gonna have 1 or 2 properties this year, for sure. I'm gonna have 1 or 2 properties this year. So I started reading that book. Now with the experiment, I'm reading 2 different books. I'm reading The Changing World Order by Ray Dalio, and I'm reading the Real Estate Investing book by The Modern Investor. I don't know how that's gonna work out for me. We will see. If I got to put one book down, I'm gonna put down the Changing World Order book first, and then continue to read The Modern Investor. This is like the path that I'm on. But the Changing World Order, I definitely want to read through all of that and take notes and study it, just so I know, okay, because that book is basically talking about the rise and fall of empires. And as y'all know, America is an empire that's falling right now. BRICS is de-dollarizing, and we can get into that a little later, but within the investing portion. So yeah, I'm in between those 2 books, and I want to read, and I want to also read these comics. I want to make sure I want to read 80 books this year, and I want to read at least 20 series of comics. So I want to read quite a grip of the Absolute series. So that's Absolute Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, so on and so forth. The Flash, and then other comics, and then about 80 books. Whether that's nonfiction and or fiction. You feel me? I just want to read, and especially things that's very interesting to me, so I can gain this knowledge and exercise my brain and retain a lot of this information. I can come back and put y'all on to some books that I read, man. I've never read 80 books before in a year, never. But this is definitely something that I want to do. First of all, to challenge myself to see if I can do it. I know I can, but I just want to see it. And then what my life is gonna look like personally after I'm done reading these 80 books and these 20 series of comics. What my life is gonna look like. So it's March. I'm reading my first book now. My first 2 books now, and then by the end of this year, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? No big or small, I will be getting through these books, man. I will be getting through these books. Like, I want to read 80 of them bitches by the end of this year, and 20 series of comics by the end of this year. And if I end up doing more, cool, but no less than that. That's my threshold. You feel me? Like I said, I just want to see if I can do it. I know I can, and I got nothing but time on my hands. It's all about time blocks and managing. That's all it is. And I did it yesterday. I read those 2 books, and I basically, everything that I had on my calendar, I got it done because I set time blocks and shit, and I was hyper focused on that. Like today, after my podcast, I got to make a thumbnail for the pod. At the time of this recording, you already know at the time of this recording what day it is. Y'all gonna be watching this on a Sunday. But I got to make a thumbnail, and then once I'm done, I got to finish editing and publishing or editing and scheduling all my short form videos for my gaming news channels. Then once I'm done doing that, I got to learn Espanol, which I think I might do that right after I'm done with the pod. Do my lessons in that, and there's a couple other things that I gotta do. So, yeah, man. And it's all about setting time blocks. And what I want to start doing is I want to start getting the work day done before 4. I'm shooting for 12, but before 4. So I mean, I gotta rework my schedule on how I exercise. Make sure I get that done in the morning. Like with the puppies on Fridays, I exercise a little later in the day so that way I can get them a bath. And then I started the podcast early this morning. So, I'm trying to get a lot of things done, man. I'm managing my time like how I manage my money. You feel me? With precision. I was about to say precisely, with precision. So yeah, that's the book that I got. But we're going to talk more about that in a few. Now, music. Y'all already know this is one of my favorite segments of the pod. First of all, I just want to talk about Heather B. Y'all need to go listen to her album, Takin Mine. If y'all don't know who Heather B is, y'all ever seen Sway in the Morning? And who be to his left side, Heather B. He always shout out Heather B. That's who that is, man. Go do y'all motherfucking homework on Heather B. She dropped Takin Mine back in 1996. I was only 2 years old when this album came out. Shout out to Adri for this, because if I wasn't watching her content, I wouldn't even know Heather B even made music. You feel me? But that's my fault though for looking at people on these platforms and not doing my own due diligence and wondering who the fuck these people are. You understand what I'm saying? My curiosity is starting to kick in a lot more nowadays, so I'm starting to do deep dives and can't take my eyes off of what I'm reading and shit. So I'm definitely doing more of that, man. I'm trying to tap back into how I used to be when I was a child. You feel me? Just full of curiosity, always wanting to learn more and read. So, make sure y'all go listen to Takin Mine by Heather B. That's an album recommendation. If I have to recommend anything, first of all, 10 out of 10. The album is perfect. It's hard for me to say what's a perfect album, but art is subjective. But I think this is a 10 out of 10. No less than a 9. Heather B can rap her fucking ass off. This is one of the greatest albums of all time. First album, it's a classic, one of the greatest albums of all time. I'm not bullshitting you. This is amazing. The way she was rapping, the way her voice fucking intertwines and weaves with the beats. Boy. I have a song recommendation that I'm gonna play for y'all. Next week, I think I'm gonna play a Heather B song just so y'all can really feel what I'm feeling. Heather B was oh my God, bro. I'm mad at myself that I never took a deep dive when I was younger to have this information when I was younger, bro. But we all gotta learn new things somewhere at some point of our lives. You understand what I'm saying? I am on a deep search for information now for whatever it is, bro. I'm searching for I'm yearning for information. I want it, I need it, I gotta have it so I can apply it. I don't just want this information so I can hoard it. I want to apply it and give it away and talk about it and give other people inspiration to this shit as well, man. But go listen to Takin Mine by Heather B. If I had to recommend any song out of the 10, like I said, every song is a hit, but All Glocks Down, My Kinda Nigga, Mad Bent, and No Doubt. And No Doubt. I recommend those for sure. Make sure y'all go listen to that shit, man. That shit was fire. Heather B can rap. Heather B can really rap. All right. Now, as far as the song recommendation, we're going to play Something to Rap About by Freddie Gibbs featuring Tyler, the Creator. The Alchemist produced it. This is a classic. This album, Alfredo, is a classic. It came out in 2020. Crazy, this shit came out 6 years ago. This is some of Freddie Gibbs' best work. Some of his best verses, some of his best. Listen, and he got a few classics under. He has a few classics under his belt. Just so y'all know, Pinata, Alfredo, and he has one more. Freddie Gibbs has one more, I believe, under his belt. But I'm gonna play this song just so y'all know what the fuck this is hitting on. I love this shit. This is Something to Rap About by Freddie Gibbs. Oh, YouTube, I apologize. Y'all won't be able to hear this shit, man. So y'all already know how that goes. So this is Something to Rap About by Freddie Gibbs featuring Tyler, the Creator. And that was Something to Rap About by Freddie Gibbs featuring Tyler, the Creator, produced by The Alchemist. Hey, man. Sometimes when I hear shit like that, I be like, damn, it don't get no better than this. It don't get no better than this. Did y'all hear how Tyler, the Creator, was floating on that shit? Both them niggas was rapping they ass off, bruh. And what I love about this album is he got Conway the Machine and Benny the Butcher on this bitch. And I feel like they brought the best out of each other on this goddamn song. Oh, and he got Rick Ross on this motherfucker too. I feel like it brought the best out of everybody. And on Scotty Beam, Rick Ross was snapping too. Freddie Gibbs did his fucking thing on this shit, bruh. Love Alfredo, one of my favorite albums of all time. This is a classic. I go back to this album and I can listen to it all the way through. It's only 10 songs, 35 minutes, every beat hit. Motherfuckers is rapping like their lives depends on it, bro. They felt like these niggas was rapping like the state of the universe was in their words, bro. Like if they say one wrong thing, if they don't get this shit off the way it's intended to, the right way, the universe is gonna collapse within itself and everything as we know it is gonna cease to exist. This is how these niggas was rapping. Like, bruh. They was rapping. Now, my favorite songs on this album is Baby Shit, Something to Rap About, Scotty Beam, and Look at Me. I love Look at Me. I love Look at Me. Skinny Sugar was hard. That last song, the outro song, All Glass, bruh, I just, man. I want to hear the songs that didn't make it. That's what I want. I want to hear the songs that didn't make the cut. That's what I want to hear. Hopefully one day, bro. One day I get to hear the songs that didn't make the cut because this is, bruh. If we had to redefine hip hop, if motherfuckers say, yo, choose an album that defines hip hop, it'd be Alfredo. If I'd had to choose one to redefine it, it's many other albums I could choose and pick from. But this is definitely one of them I wouldn't even bat an eye at. This is one of them that I wouldn't even hesitate to throw up there. Alfredo. That's it. If you want to know what hip hop is, listen to Alfredo. The features, fire, every beat. The cover art, it's Alfredo. If I had to choose off the top of my head, motherfuckers say, hey, define hip hop with one album, Alfredo. Period. That shit fire, bro. That shit fire. I love that album. It's so good. It's so good. I wish I could be in. Let me not say. I just want to be in the studio with one of these goats like Mike, fucking the Alchemist, Freddie Gibbs, Earl, Kendrick, Liv, fucking I don't know, bro. Who else? Armani Caesar. I just want to be in the room with some of the Doechii when they rapping, bro. When they putting these songs, I want to be in the room just one time, just be in a studio session, one time, just so I can get a clear view of how their minds are working. Like, bro, what got you to say this? What made you want to rap on this beat? What made you choose this beat, this instrument to put in this song, to sing along with it, to match? Like, bro, I want to see the process for one song. No matter how significant or the insignificance of it, I just want to be there for one song, bro. One studio session. Cause, bro, like, let me be in the studio with Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Griselda and them niggas. Like, let me be in the studio and just watch and just listen and take in the art and in its rawest form while it's being created. That's what I want to see, because, man, damn, I'm lost for words now, bro. It's just amazing that what people do with their mind, with their voice, on all aspects of just creating things, whether, you know, it's for art or giving people places to live. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, especially when it's not done for a monetary incentive. Like, yeah, that's gonna come with it, but it's not solely done for that. It's solely done for the art form and the love of the game. You understand what I'm saying? And that's one of the main reasons why I'm gonna get into real estate, so I can create the generational wealth, but it's for the love of the game. I can change the way real estate is being done, and I know I can help people out with the way I'm about to do things. I just need a starting point, and I can build on top of that. I'm not recreating the wheel. I'm just adding a new foundation to it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna be refining the foundation to the wheel. You feel me? What makes that bitch turn. But don't worry about it. We're gonna get that, man. Now we're about to head into my most favorite portion of the pod. And it's talking about investing. Let's talk about investing, man. First of all, y'all already know I'm invested in XRP. I'm invested in HBAR, which I'm not gonna talk about HBAR today. Y'all can actually, what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start plugging my secret channel into the pod, and this is the only place that people's gonna be able to find it. And the people are listening, and you get up to this point, you can click that link in the bottom. I'm not gonna do it this episode, but in the future, you will know when you see it. And y'all can start going over there, and y'all can start getting more tips on what I invest in and why I invest in these things, and, you know, say my journey on what I'm doing. But I'm gonna link my secret channel to that to the pod. And if you find it and you're interested, cool. If not, hey man, you're lost or gain. It doesn't matter to me. I'm putting this information out and what I'm learning. So I'm investing in XRP. One of the reasons why I'm investing in XRP is because they saying that the scarcity on Binance, there's scarcity for XRP on Binance. So basically meaning that the largest exchange in the world, Binance, XRP, Binance is seeing less and less XRP on that exchange. That means people are buying it and they're storing it in other places like a ledger. You understand what I'm saying? Or other crypto platforms, wherever it is, but they're buying that shit up. And there's gonna be high demand for XRP because the SEC and the CFTC had classified XRP along with other cryptocurrencies as a commodity. Other cryptocurrencies that they classified as a commodity is like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Aptos, HBAR, XLM. I'm doing this all off the top of my head, by the way. Let me see. I said HBAR, XLM. Oh, let me see. I'm looking it up right now. Actually, let me go ahead and open this up so y'all can see what the fuck I'm looking at. So I can see what the hell I'm looking at. So it says, the Securities and Exchange Commission and Commodity Futures Trading Commission issued a joint final rule that explicitly names 16 digital assets as digital commodities. Now, I own quite a few of these. This is one of the reasons why I'm talking about this on my pods. Because if y'all don't know where to start, this is where y'all can build up your portfolio with these right there, with these right here. These cryptocurrencies are identified as digital commodities. And basically what a commodity is that this one thing can be exchanged or traded for another thing. You understand what I'm saying? In the same class. So, which makes sense because you can trade BTC for Solana. You can trade HBAR for XRP, so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying? But it's not a security. A security is more like a stock, bonds, anything that is like when you buy a stock or a bond, you make a contract with these companies or whatever the case may be, and you the security is basically is made as a security because it's secured under certain laws and money, and you know what I'm saying. You guaranteed you get basically guaranteed a profit for some of these things as if you were to invest in like a Coca-Cola or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So these cryptocurrencies and plenty others are not securities; they are commodities, and it's gonna drive now. Institutions and other millionaire investors or billionaire investors will know how to invest in these assets, or they would know how to invest in these projects and won't have to worry about getting sued for holding them or distributing them out to the people to hold. And now the institutions can actually move forward to put out more ETFs, exchange traded funds, and this, that, and so on and so forth. You understand? Basically solidifying the state for cryptocurrencies, because a lot of people still think that cryptocurrencies are a scam. If you still fucking with meme coins, then yeah, you're definitely going to get scammed out because they don't really have any backing, any real world solve, as opposed to these commodities now, these digital commodities and many others. You understand? So really look at where the future is going. Really look at where you can invest and make money, and don't be left behind because it's really that serious. Don't be left behind, bro. Like I said, a lot of these, I already own these for the last few years now without them being classified as anything. When XRP or when Ripple was getting sued because they didn't know how to classify XRP as a security or not, and Judge Torres banged the gavel and said XRP is not a security. I was already invested in XRP before that trial ended. I was already invested in Bitcoin, HBAR, XRP, Chainlink before these were deemed as commodities. Because I already knew where this shit, I already had an inkling on where this was going. Now, the future is being panned off for us right before our very eyes. All you gotta do is just pay attention. But these are all of the digital commodities. Bitcoin, I own it. Ethereum, I'm about to own some. Solana, I'm gonna buy some. Which I own like 7 cryptocurrencies that I'm constantly investing in, but I want to mature my portfolio to be more into things like this. Some I still won't own, but the main 7, like I said, I don't know if I want to stay with 7 or maybe own up to 10 and then consolidate from there. But what I own right now, like I said, Bitcoin, I own that. That's a digital commodity. Ethereum, Solana, HBAR, I own that. XRP, I own it. Chainlink, I own it. ADA, AVAX, Polkadot, I own it. XLM, I own it. APT, Algo, Litecoin, LTC, Dogecoin, Sheeb, XTZ, and BCH. These are all the cryptocurrencies that are now deemed as digital commodities. And people still think this shit is a scam? Get y'all head out of y'all ass, man. Go do y'all research. Why are you so skeptical on this? This is a new asset class. It's still young. It's still a lot of room for us to make money and grow our assets. Do not be left behind, man. This is huge news. This is huge news. And I'm so glad that I took a step back from talking about this with my peers, because they don't really care about this shit. And they not really interested in talking about this, because if they would, they'd be trying to, I would assume that I would get questions about it, right? Or we would just strike conversations surrounding shit like this. But these type of conversations never come up. These type of conversations never come up. And if I'm going to be learning about this and reading about this and surrounding myself with other people that's embedded and within this shit as well, I might as well go ahead and start talking about this information while I'm consuming it. While I know that this is possible to change someone's life, because I was one of the ones that put that information out there to whoever is willing to make a change for themselves and want to get into the investing and shit like that. Like, I already have a life insurance policy. I want to open up another one. I'm already in crypto. I already have cash generating assets like dividends. I'm about to expand my portfolio and get into real estate. Then I'm about to start getting into Pokemon cards and expand my Magic Gathering and just, trading cards in general, things that have a lot of value. I'm about to expand my portfolio to that. I'm about to hold gold. I'm about to hold copper. You understand? I'm about to expand my portfolio and be as diversified as I can. You feel me? And just continue and shit, have interest payments, shit paying me interest, DeFi, earning yield, staking. You understand what I'm saying? Every time I make a purchase, I get a percentage back in XRP or Bitcoin, things like that. I'm diversifying my portfolio. As I'm starting here now, I'm building out what I have now. And as I continue to make money, as I continue to get passive income, that passive income will be used to what? Buy more assets. So like with my rental income, I'm gonna save that up, and that's gonna be built to you and used to buy more rentals, to buy more properties, to gain even more what? Rental income, to buy even more what? Properties and land. Because just so y'all know, I think it's like 24 trillion, or it's 124 trillion. I think it's 24 trillion of farmland it's exchanging hands right now. Between now and the next 20 years, $24 trillion of farmland will be exchanging hands. Because if you go watch Alexandra Fusillo, I believe that's what her name is, on YouTube, she talks about it all the time. But a lot of farmers, they getting old, so they're looking for people to pass their land down to and their farm down to. A lot of these farmers, their children don't want to take up those jobs anymore. They don't want to do their shit. They don't want to manage that wealth, which I don't even know why. I understand it's a lot, but that's a lot of wealth they passing up. You understand what I'm saying? Shit, with whatever money that he probably making, they could probably hire somebody to take care of the farm. You understand what I'm saying? Just keep that land. So I'm trying to have as much land as I possibly can. I want an abundance amount of land. Some land I just want to have and own and don't even touch, because I want to have it for the animals to roam around. Because a lot of these foreign countries, they coming through and they are buying up a lot of farmland over here, and they putting down solar panels and shit, and it's fucking up the earth. It's fucking up the wildlife. You understand what I'm saying? So I want to be able to get my hands on a lot of this land, so that way these foreign countries won't be able to take it and fuck up what we live on and stay here for. And we can have wildlife still roaming around and have safe spaces where they can, still do their cycle of life thing and produce and multiply. You understand what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing as well. I want to have so much land. I want to have so much land across the world, to where it's privatized and it can't be touched, but who's gonna roam around in it? Or a lot of the animals. Then I want to have places where I build up a whole lot of land where I can just have food growing there, just have apple trees and pear trees and shit like that, and people can go on that land and pick from it, and pick from that. and supply free food and whatever certificates I need to make sure that motherfuckers don't tamper with it. And you understand what I'm saying? Whatever I need, I'm gonna make sure that I'm secure. I'm gonna have my lawyers and have my team with me, because I'm gonna have a team for that. I'm gonna have a team for real estate. I'm gonna have a team for, you understand what I'm saying? That I can refer back to and be like, look, what can and cannot do? What do I need to have certifications and shit like that, so that way I can grow food for people and hire folks to manage these lands, to manage the food if they need to, but they can just go and pick that shit where they need and take it home and cook for their families and shit like that, man. I'm trying to help as many people as I possibly can, and it's definitely one of the ways to do it, man. So me bringing this news on investing in crypto and shit like that, take heed, bruh. Do not let this shit go over your head and go past you. And if this shit sounds crazy, do more research on your own, so that way you understand, like, okay, damn, this is the future. How can I take better advantage of this shit, so I can set myself up and my family up for the future? Don't worry about everybody else that's broke around you. Don't worry about everybody else that doesn't have $500 to cover a $500 emergency. Don't worry about them people, because if you help yourself, you can soon help others. And it's just a lasting effect. You understand what I'm saying? So just take heed. Take heed, bruh. And what I'm saying, let me see. So those are the digital commodities. Research on that. Another thing, MasterCard. Let me bring this up to y'all, man. MasterCard teams up with Polygon, Ripple, Solana, Aptos for global crypto partner program. Now, what sound familiar? Polygon, not Polygon, Ripple, XRP, digital commodity, Solana, digital commodity, APT, Aptos, digital commodity. MasterCard is partnered with these people and 85 plus cryptocurrencies, cryptocurrency companies, to put their systems on the blockchain. Read a couple key points. MasterCard launched a crypto partner program with 85 plus firms, including Polygon, Ripple, Solana, and Aptos, to connect blockchain with payment rails. The program targets cross-border payment, Ripple, XRP, BTB, B2B transfers, I believe that's bank to bank, XRP, Ripple, and payments, HBAR, tokenization, and payouts by linking stablecoin on-chain tools to global commerce. I believe they're partnered with HBAR, if I'm not mistaken. But HBAR, they deal with that as well. They deal with that as well. Here's a whole list. Oh, let me go ahead and mute that. Here's a whole list right here of all the firms, of everybody that they partner with. Just take a gander. Y'all see them: Canton Network, Circle, Crypto.com. Look at this shit, man. MasterCard ain't fucking around. MasterCard is not fucking around. Look at this. Come on now. Look at that. It's still going. It's still going, by the way. MoonPay. For those of you who can't see the screen, whenever you get a chance, fast forward to like an hour and 7 minutes in, and come back to this, man, and just take a gander. Just take a look at this. It's so many. It's still going. This is going for a minute and 10 seconds. Look at all these partners, bro. This is where you can do your research. Like, damn, MasterCard is partnered with all of these people. Where can I put my money to invest and grow? You can use this to do your research. You can use this to do your research. This is MasterCard. Visa doing the same thing. Visa doing the same thing. And if I'm not mistaken, MasterCard just bought a bank or a blockchain company called Bank BVNK, if I'm not mistaken. Do y'all homework, bro. Do y'all homework. Oh, yeah, here you go. MasterCard agrees to buy stablecoin platform BVNK Bank, I believe, for up to $1.8 billion. That's billion with a B. Do y'all see what I'm talking about? Go do y'all research. Stable coins. Do y'all homework, bro. Y'all can invest y'all money in these things, man. The information is out here. And if you don't know where it's at, don't worry about it. I got you. I can be that guy where you could turn to me like, damn. And then you won't have to rely on me for too long. And you can do your own research. It's like, I'm invested in this, I'm invested in that because they partnered with this, they partnered with that, they link to this, they link to that. Now you look up, you got a $20,000 portfolio because you've been invested for a year and a half into things that is making a change out here in this world on a monetary sense, the new financial system. I talk about this shit all the time, and I'm not ever gonna stop talking about it because we can all take advantage of this shit, man. Remember to create a budget. If you want to, if you have to, go live with somebody else. Save on that rent. That money that you would pay for rent, save that money for a year straight. 2 years if you can. And then you can divvy that up. You can see where you could put it into assets. You could probably go buy a property or see if you can buy a property, create you some cash flow, put it into cash generating assets. You understand what I'm saying? Get that flywheel going. Think about this shit for a second. I'm not just bringing this information to you for no reason. I'm not just bringing this information to you for no reason, man. Look up BVNK, I believe it's bank. MasterCard bought them for $1.8 billion. This is how I make my investments. This is how I make my decisions. Off of information, not emotion. Off of information, not emotion. Because emotions could get you fucked up every time if you don't regulate them. Oh, hold on, another one. Ripple, remember, they are linked to XRP. Ripple looks to expand crypto and payment services in Brazil. The blockchain firm is adding custody, payments, and brokerage tools for digital asset management and tokenization as it plans to apply for regulatory approval from the central bank. Come on now. This is huge news. Y'all want to know what to know? Matter of fact, I ain't even got to read it, but just read it, bro. Just read it for yourself. Matter of fact, for those of you who can't see the screen, I'll read it for you. Ripple said it is expanding digital asset services in Brazil and plans to apply for a virtual asset service provider license with the country's central bank. The company is rolling out an integrated platform for banks and fintechs that combines cross-border payments, crypto custody, brokerage, and treasury tools. Ripple's Brazil push comes amid rapid expansion through billion-dollar acquisitions and launching a US dollar stablecoin, Ripple USD, RLUSD. Huge news. Huge news. Look up what's going to be used within RLUSD, XRP. Go look up how XRP works. It has a burn mechanism. Every time there's a transaction, it gets burned, which means it's gone forever. That brings down the amount of XRP circulating in the supply. That brings down the supply of XRP. And the demand for XRP goes up, which drives the price what? Up. This is this is what I invest in. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just letting you know how I make my investments and why I do this research. So I can bring this information back to the people and get y'all a better understanding on what the fuck is going on out here, man. Remember, skeptics stay broke. I used to be one of those guys. I used to be one of them. I was a skeptic. I missed out on a few opportunities because of that shit, man. Never again. Never again. I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm done with that, bro. I see the way now. I understand it. I figured I got help and figured it out along the way how money works and what I need to do to compound wealth and build generational wealth and to make $10 million. I understand it. It's easy. Well, if it's so easy, why ain't everybody doing it? It's a few reasons why everybody not doing it. And it starts within them first. It starts within them first. It started within me first. I went through a long time of just, oh my God, racking my brain, trying to figure out why I'm not doing certain things that I want to do. And once it clicked, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in there like motherfucking swimwear, nigga. And I see now, I'm more confident than ever within my investment journey. I'm more confident than ever within my investment journey. I'm loving this shit, man. I'm having a lot, even when the markets are down, I'm having a lot of fun because I know this is an opportunity to buy. I don't give a fuck how low the markets go. I don't care because I'm fully convicted in this shit, bruh. I'm fully convicted in this shit. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me but me. I'm making a change, full on change for me, myself, and I, and my future family. And my future and our family. You understand what I'm saying? For the now. I'm planting these seeds, sowing these seeds. And when they grow and when they sprout, I make sure I harvest. And I yield a whole lot. So the way I can have some on the side and I can deploy that back out and create more and make more and more. It's like I said, it's easy, it's simple. Even if you don't think it's easy, it's simple. All you need is a system. If you want to simplify everything, create a system. First, start a budget. Matter of fact, start a budget. Create a workout routine. No matter if you get it in the morning, the afternoon, or before you go to bed, which I do not recommend. But if that's the way you want to go with it, then you go with it. Workout routine. And then everything else start to fall in place. Figure out how much money you're making, where your money is going, why you spending so damn much, and where you can save. And that money that you are no longer dishing out to things that don't serve you, you can put that money and deploy it into things that's gonna grow your capital. It's gonna grow your capital, whether you saving it or you investing it. What the fuck was that? Or you're investing it. Whatever you have, the modern investor talk about this all the time. Whatever you have that no longer serves you, sell it, get rid of it. Take that extra cash flow and put it into an asset that's gonna grow. It's gonna make more money, or that pays you monthly or weekly, or however you know what I'm saying, depending on the research and whatever you invest in. And then you take that money that pays you, you can put it in savings, or you can go buy more assets. Then the money that you're making from your savings, which is your interest, you can let that compound and grow, or you could take that and buy more assets. Right now, that's what I'm doing. Until I make a certain amount, then I'm gonna let that compound and grow. But right now, what I make from interest, I take that and I instantly put that into something else. Because that money that interest that I'm making, and that money that I'm putting into an asset, once that grow, I'm gonna take that money, that initial investment, I'm gonna put that back into my savings. Then that extra profit, if I want to, I could put more of that into my savings. You understand what I'm saying? Or just go buy other assets. You can do this shit. Create a system. If you want to simplify things, create a system. If you don't know how much to invest, DCA, dollar cost average. Every day, or if you can't do every day, every week. If you can't do every week, every month. Do that shit consistently. Just start with 6 months. Matter of fact, let's start with something smaller. Start with 3. Look back in your account, you be like, damn, I done put this much money into this and it grew, then expanded to 6 months. You gonna be like, damn, I done put this much money into it and it grew to, then expanded to a year. You gonna be like, oh shit, I should have been doing this shit years ago. Then you can calculate by the time you turn 50, how many assets you will own, how much money you making off interest. You don't need your job. You might still work there just because you can, but you don't really need it because you making money from all these different avenues, whether that's from staking income, yield income, stablecoin income, rental income. interest income, dividend payment income. That's five different sources of income that can create other sources of income. So do not get left behind, man. All this information that I brought to you, take heed. Do your own due diligence. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm just going through and telling you what I'm doing and why I'm making my investments. Getting a better understanding on what the fuck is going on and where the future is headed. Not even where we headed, where we are at right now. The dollar is collapsing. BRICS is trying to de-dollarize. They trying to trade oil not in dollars anymore, but in their own shit. They trying to get rid of the petrodollar. So it's best to take heed, man. Do your research. Stop dealing with all these distractions, all this bullshit. Get rid of distractions. That's another thing. Get rid of distractions, all this bullshit that don't mean nothing, bro. When you turn 80, you're going to look back and be like, damn, I'm glad I did this for my family, because all that other noise, that shit ain't mean nothing for real. All that, what did this information do for me and my family? But there's going to be a lot of people on the opposite end of that spectrum that's going to receive the same information as you and still be broke and still having to work at 80. You don't want that. Trust me. You don't want it. You want it to be a choice. You don't want to work until you die. You want to have money. You want to have money working for you. If you don't create passive income, you will work until you die. If you don't have money, if money don't work for you, you will work until you die. And you do not want that. I'm trying to help y'all pull y'all head out of y'all ass, man. And it's not me speaking from ego or nothing like that. I just know it's a lot of people that just skeptic and they really think that this journey, this shit that I'm talking about is not possible for them. And it's possible for everyone. It's possible for all of y'all that's listening to this shit right now. Or if not right now, in the future, because this is evergreen right here. And if you need help, hit me up. I can do what I can to help you. I can help you possibly get on the right track. Hit me up. If you want to throw some dollars my way because you feel like you want to pay me for this, hey, I'm open to that too. But I'm not asking for no money in exchange for this. I can give you this information for free. I can talk to you for free and help you along your journey. We all in this shit together, man. I don't want to see nobody being left behind. And once you get this information, start now. But if you need time, no more than 90 days. No more than 90 days. Start now. But if you need time for whatever reason, no more than 90 days. If you need that 90 days to do the research, do your homework, to build more conviction, to get better understanding, then you do that. But start as soon as you possibly can. Start today. Start right now. And just see how your mindset shifts and how your money is going to compound and grow and how you're going to earn interest and other pain and earn income from other things other than just your one job. And then watch everybody around you that still complain, bitch, and moan about things that they don't have or about money that they don't have because they got rent and bills and kids and shit like that and this, that, and the third, but you still see them going out to go places to go have fun and they still trying to get their children the latest shit or themselves the latest shit. You understand what I'm saying? They still going out to eat. You understand what I'm saying? They wasting food. They throwing shit away. Just take a gander. Just look at things around you and watch how you change and watch how the other shit around you stay the same. Because they didn't want to do what they had to do to take that extra leap, to take that extra step, to take accountability, to improve their lives. And you're going to come to a point where you're going to help them. Whether that's giving them money or giving them knowledge to pass down, to give them a cushion. And they still going to fuck it over. And at that point, it's up to you if you want to cut ties with them. If you still want to entertain the bullshit that they own, still, coddle their excuses. Because at the end of the day, this all falls on you. We are in a different era now. We can help one another. And for those who don't want to be helped, we got to leave them niggas behind. Point blank, period. We got to leave them niggas behind, man. And only worry about the ones that are on the same journey as us, that are moving towards the same thing, that want to see the same changes, that want to stop the existing cycles that's been keeping the family in for generations under its control. We are the cycle breakers. Everybody motherfuckers that's my age, around my age, that's 35 and below, we're cycle breakers, bro. There's people that's older too, that's breaking their own cycles. You understand what I'm saying? But we're cycle breakers. 35 and below, I'm gonna just say 40 and below, with some that's up there in the 45 to 50 range, 60 range, there's some up there too. But we are the cycle breakers, bro. We have all this information and we know what we gotta do to get to this money, so that way we not doing the same thing as the last generation did. That didn't have this amount of information at their disposal. And we can use this to improve our lives, to improve our children's lives, our children's lives. Those who are gonna come after us. Those who are gonna question, damn, what made them do this? What made them make this change? How did they make this change? As opposed to the other side of the spectrum, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they make this change? They're gonna learn about crypto and the new millionaires and billionaires and the great wealth transfer and future schools and books. And they're gonna look around and they're gonna be like, damn, my people didn't take advantage of this at all. At all. This ain't the 60s, 70s, and 80s, nigga. This 2026. And they didn't take advantage of this at all. They was worried about other bullshit that didn't even matter. But you fast forward and I'm this age and niggas is post still. Motherfuckers didn't do what they had to do to set up the future for me at least. You don't want those questions coming from your children or your grandchildren. You understand what I'm saying? You want your children, your grandchildren to live comfortably. You come to them, you be like, hey, listen, you don't have to work anymore, or you don't have to work when you turn 18. This is in place for you. This is how you can use your money. This is the system that you can use, and you can build upon this system. And now now you can do what the fuck you want to do. If you want to go to college, you can. If you want to travel and experience different things and food and people, you can. You can do what the fuck you want to do because this is at your disposal. And you know all the things it takes to keep this money and to grow that money. Here's all the books, here's all the knowledge from me teaching you, from me talking to you about it, showing you. All of that shit, bro. That's what you want. That's what you want for your future you and your future children and grandchildren. And even if you don't plan on having children, you want to make sure that your 60s, 70s, and 80s are straight. Because what you're doing right now in your 20s, your mid-20s, early 20s, early 30s, mid-30s, late 30s, you want to make sure that your 50s, 60s, and 70s, 80s, 90s, and 100s, if you're going to live to that long, is good. Because of what decision that you're making right now. So please, take heed. Do not let this shit go over your head. This shit is serious, boy. We don't know what the future of money is going to look like. As far as, you know, who's going to be in control, what the value of the dollar going to be, this, that, and the third. But what I do know is what the future going to look like as far as the new financial system and where everybody's going to be using, whether they know it or not. So just take heed. Don't worry. I'm here to help. Hit me up if you need to. You can do the research. You can do your own homework, and you can start making these investment decisions. If you need help creating a budget for whatever reason, hit me up. I created a budget for myself. I live off a budget month to month. I do the same shit. When it comes to my family, I do the same shit every month. I pay myself first. I invest and save first. Then I pay all the bills. Then I you know, take me and my girl out to go do something nice or whatever that one time, maybe twice. Once the fuck you money is gone, that's it. Ain't no extra spending, man. It's just groceries when I need it. You understand what I'm saying? So just take heed. You got this. You can do this shit. I promise you can. This is not out of reach for anyone. Only for those who have limits upon themselves. That's who it's out of reach for. But you don't have a limit on yourself. You can reach as far and wide as you need to and grasp onto what you need and pull it back in to feel yourself. Whew, we are an hour and 30 in. This is the longest episode of the pod that I've done so far. I'm glad that I brought this information to y'all. I'm glad that I talked about the things that I spoke about, man. This has been a lot of fun, for sure. This has been a whole lot of fun. I love this shit. I love having the pod. I love being able to talk about whatever I want to talk about because this is my shit. And I'm able to bring the information to y'all, man. Make sure y'all share this. Make sure y'all like it, subscribe. Get this information out to as many people as you can. I'm trying to grow. I'm growing the pod. I'm getting back to what it used to be. I'm getting not getting back to what it used to be. It's gonna be better than what it used to be. I'm making it better than what it was. So get this information out to people, man, because this is definitely important information. Y'all need to hear this shit. Y'all need to see this shit. Y'all gotta understand. The old way of doing things is over with, boy. That's on the media tip, content, finances, but more specifically finances, everything. We're getting back to oneself and we flourishing from there. That's why I'm growing my own food. That's why I got a homestead. That's why I'm managing and doing everything that I'm doing. Because I get to create my own ecosystem. Financially, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, I get to create my own ecosystem. And have things work for me as I intend for them to. Don't let none of this shit go over your head. Don't let it go in through one ear and out the other. And don't let it pass you by. Time's moving fast. It's not waiting for no motherfucking body. And the only one that's gonna make a good change is you, not nobody else. All of these distractions, keep it to a minimum. And dig deep within yourself, and you take off and you flourish from here. So that's all I got to say, man. This has been episode 57 of the Von Talks podcast. Make sure that y'all exercise, drink some water, and motherfucking relax. Now, I most definitely see y'all ass on the next one. Peace.